The tale begins with a man named Munho, who was traveling with his fiancée Kang to his parents' house so they could meet Kang. Their wedding was set to happen in a month, and all the wedding preparations were almost done. On the way, they both stop at a rest stop. Munho goes to the shop to buy food, and Kang gets a call. Anyway, when Munho comes back, the car's engine is running, the goods are scattered, and Kang is nowhere. Munho calls Kang, but she does not pick up the phone. Munho gets worried and starts looking for Kang here and there, but Kang is nowhere to be found. In the end, Munho finds Kang's hairpin outside the ladies' washroom, which makes Munho feel that something bad has happened to Kang. Munho immediately goes to the police station and files a report, but the police do not take Munho seriously. The police say that Kang will come back in a few days, or she must have fled to her friend's house in fear of marriage. Obviously, Munho gets angry, says goodbye to the police, and leaves from there. Munho now goes home, calls his father, and tells him that he is not coming home because Kang is unwell. Munho then goes straight to Kang's apartment, and Kang's house was completely scattered. All the stuff was empty, and it seemed that there was a theft there. Now Munho gets a call from a bank employee named Dongwoo. Munho goes to meet Dongwoo, and Dongwoo tells him that Kang had applied for a credit card a week ago, but her application was rejected because Kang's bank history has a record of bankruptcy. It means that Kang had taken loans that she had never repaid. Actually, the phone call that came to Kang in the car was Dongwoo's. And when Dongwoo was answering questions from Kang, Kang cut the phone in fear. Now Dongwoo tells Munho all this, which makes Munho angry, because he felt that maybe that's why Kang ran away in fear. But Dongwoo tells him that this bank issue happened 4 years ago. After hearing all this, Munho goes home sad, remembers the old times when he was living happily with Kang. One day, Munho asked Kang for marriage, and she agreed. Anyway, the next day, Munho goes to Kang's office, requests her resume, and asks for it. Then in the resume, Munho investigates all the companies that Kang had written in her name. But Munho finds out that all the things written in Kang's resume are lies. Friends, we also find out that Munho runs a vet clinic. Then he calls Kang's school with the help of his friend. The school's name was mentioned on the resume. The school's name is correct, and the school's principal gives the address of Kang's childhood home. But there was a strange thing here, because we know from Munho that Kang never wanted to go to her old house because her mother died 2 years ago, which means there is some mystery about this Kang. That day, Munho goes to an insurance company to find out about Kang's financial issues, where he finds out that Kang has a debt of $80,000. Not only that 2 years ago when Kang's mother died, Kang had come to this company, and she had also taken money from her mother's life insurance. Munho now sees a personal statement written by Kang, which shocks him because, friends, the handwriting of Kang was different in the statement. Then Munho shows the real handwriting of Kang to the agent, and the agent is also shocked because a secret is revealed here. The agent tells him that Munho's fiancée Kang is not the same Kang whose mother died 2 years ago. It means that the girl who took the money from the life insurance was someone else. She was not Munho's fiancée. Knowing all this, Munho gets very scared and starts remembering the day when he met Kang for the first time, and Kang had told him her name. From all this, it is concluded that Munho's fiancée was not Kang. In this regard, Dongwoo Munho and Munho's friends talk, and now it was clear that the girl who was living with Munho was an impostor, and she had stolen the identity of a girl named Kang. Because friends supposed that there was so much debt on Kang, and she knew this, then why would she deliberately apply for a credit card? Knowing all this, Munho gets mad, and now he had to find his fiancée at any cost. The next day, Munho again goes to his fiancée's office, brings all his fiancée's things from there. He takes his fiancée's things to his clinic, but today Munho did not feel like working at all, and so he goes home early. At night, Munho goes to meet his cousin, who was a policeman. Munho's cousin was Kim, who was fired from his job because Kim used to take bribes from people Kim's family was not doing well. And Kim was also very angry with Munho because the two had not spoken to each other for many years. Munho apologizes to Kim, and in the end, he convinces Kim to go on a mission to find his fiancée, because Munho will also pay Kim for this. The next day, Kim goes to Munho's fiancée's scattered apartment, investigates there, and friends, the way the house was, it seemed that no one had stolen there. But in fact, Munho's fiancée had run away from home in a hurry, and so she must have scattered the stuff at home. But one more thing was strange. Kim did not find a single fingerprint of Munho's fiancée in the entire apartment, which makes Kim understand that perhaps Munho's fiancée was a criminal. Munho's fiancée had erased the fingerprints from the whole house, and that girl had packed all her clothes and run away from home. After this, Kim goes and talks to people in Munho's fiancée's office. But everyone says that Munho's fiancée did not tell anything about her personal life. Not only that, friends, Kim also finds an old butterfly cocoon at Munho's fiancée's house from which the butterfly had already come out. This cocoon was given by Munho to his fiancée because Munho's fiancée wanted to raise butterflies. Anyway, Kim gets confused by this case because this girl had no family, no friends, and no fingerprints. After this, Kim talks to the landlady of Munho's fiancée, who confirms that yes, she has run away from home. And before leaving, she had given some stuff to the landlady to throw away. Kim now shows the photo of the real Kang to the landlady and asks if this girl ever came to the flat, and the landlady says no. Then Kim goes home with Munho's fiancée's remaining stuff and finds many cosmetic products in a small box in the luggage and also the address of a skin clinic. Kim then goes to the skin clinic and finds out that the real Kang came to this place to get her skin problem treated, and she has not come here for 2 years. Now, friends, after all the investigation, Kim meets Munho at night. The conclusion was that the real Kang had disappeared 2 years ago. Real Kang's mother was killed, and real Kang had taken money from her mother's life insurance. And after that, real Kang disappeared 2 months after disappearing. Munho's fiancée stole Kang's identity and came to live in the same flat investigated by Kim today. Because Munho's fiancée did not know that Kang had a lot of debt, she applied for a credit card. Her plan failed, and so she ran away. All this Kim now explains to Munho and says that he does not know where real Kang has disappeared. And so maybe Munho should forget his fiancée because that girl was a fraud. That night, Munho was sad watching his fiancée's old videos and kept thinking that something bad must have happened to his fiancée when she did all this identity-stealing work. The next day, Munho reaches the house whose address was given to him by Kang's school. This means this was the village of real Kang. Munho shows everyone a photo of real Kang in the village and asks about Kang. And in this process, a man comes to him who starts fighting with Munho and beating him. This man's name is Lee, and apparently Lee knew real Kang and starts asking Munho where Kang is frustrated and confused. Munho starts screaming and crying because he did not understand what was happening, after which Lee's wife comes and stops the whole fight. In the next scene, everyone sits and talks, and we find out that Lee and his wife used to study in school with Kang, but Kang has been missing for 2 years, and because she was in debt, Lee thought that Munho had come to take loan money, and that is why he attacked him. Then they show the school photo of real Kang to Munho, and give Munho the number of Kang's friend Shun-suk, who according to the villagers used to live with Kang in the city 2 years ago. The scene shifts to Kim, who also came to Kang's hometown and was talking to the police there. The police say that when Kang's mother died 2 years ago, the whole village suspected that Kang killed her mother to get insurance money, but the DNA did not find proof of this. In the evening, Kim and Munho meet together, and today Munho tells his father that the marriage is not going to happen. Late at night, Munho leaves a message for his friend Shun-suk on the phone to call him. The next day, a second photo is found behind Munho's fiancée's photo, and this photo was of a model house. From that photo, it is found that this model house was set up by a company called Chagyong, and a big clue comes from the name of this company. Kim suddenly remembers that Munho's fiancée had many skin products from Chagyong Company. And not only that, the real Kang had also treated her skin disease at this company 2 years ago. So now Kim goes back to Chagyong Company, where Kim starts checking the photos on the wall and finally finds Munho's fiancée, whose real name is Chagyong. Now, friends, do not be confused. Munho's fiancée's name was Chagyong, and this Kang girl is another character. After this, Kim talks to the company's manager and finds out that Chagyong used to work in this company 2 years ago, and Kang used to come here for treatment, so maybe this way Chagyong got all the personal information of Kang. And not only that, Chagyong's first divorce had also been done, which means she was married after this. Kim goes to Munho with Chagyong's real resume, and after hearing the truth about his fiancée, Munho gets more worried, but the thing was not that simple. Friends, the day Kang's mother died in the village that day, Chagyong was on leave. And maybe this means that Chagyong must have pushed Kang's mother from the stairs and killed her. Chagyong did this because she knew that Kang would get the money for her mother's life insurance, and when Chagyong steals Kang's identity, she will get the money. This means friends Chagyong had planned this identity-stealing crime completely, and maybe Chagyong is also a murderer. The next day he finds out that Chagyong's mother was killed in her childhood. Her father is missing, and Chagyong had divorced her first husband within a year. Obviously, after knowing all this, Munho got more depressed, but that night Chagyong calls. Munho immediately tells Chagyong on the phone that everything will be fine. Please come back. He tells her that they will sort out everything together, but Chagyong disconnects the phone. However, friends, it becomes clear that Chagyong also loved Munho. Truly, otherwise she would not have called him. Chagyong goes to a man who was fishing by the stairs and he takes out a bag from the river, and obviously something was going to be destroyed in this bag. Anyway, that day, Kim and Munho go and meet Chagyong's first husband. That man's name was Seongju, and he tells the story he knew about Chagyong. According to Seongju, Chagyong was an orphan girl, but she did not know if her father was alive or not. Chagyong's father had a huge debt of crores, and because he was missing the loan company, people used to harass Chagyong. One day, the loan company people kidnapped Chagyong and took her with them. And after a few days, Chagyong was lying unconscious near a gas station in very bad condition. Whatever happened to Chagyong, Seongju felt pity for her, and so he married Chagyong. But after some time of marriage, Chagyong's loan company, people entered Seongju's house. There was a lot of commotion at home. There was a fire, and poor Seongju was tired of calling the police because the police did not do anything. Because of these incidents, Seongju's life was ruined, and only 3 months later he divorced Chagyong. But the real reason for the divorce was something else. Actually, friends, one night, Seongju saw Chagyong praying, and she was praying to God to please get her father murdered. Because friends, if Chagyong's father dies, the loan company will leave her. Anyway, after the divorce, Seongju gave Chagyong $5,000, and then they both went their own ways. After telling this story, Seongju tells about a girl named Mina, who was Chagyong's only friend. And when Chagyong was kidnapped by the loan company, people Chagyong stayed with Mina for some time. After this, Munho and Kim go to meet Mina, and Mina tells them that the loan company people had raped Chagyong and her condition was very bad. Not only that, after the divorce, Chagyong also had a baby, but that child was not Chagyong's husband's. It was the child of a rapist. That child died after some time of birth and after the death of the child. Chagyong was in shock and did not come out of the hospital for 3 days. Another big secret is revealed here. Actually, friends, Chagyong's child died at the time when Kang's mother fell from the stairs and was killed in the village. And this means that Chagyong did not kill Kang's mother. After finding this out, Munho is very happy because his fiancée was not a murderer. He starts crying out of happiness. And that night, he and Kim were going home after drawing a conclusion. The conclusion was that poor Chagyong's life was very bad. Her parents were not there. The loan shark was attacking poor Chagyong. Her baby was also dead, and her husband had left her. So obviously Chagyong wanted to start a new life, and that's why she stole Kang's identity. But friends, where did Kang disappear? To find this out the next day, they go and meet Kang's roommate from 2 years ago, Hyunsuk. Now Hyunsuk says that Kang has been missing for 2 years, and before disappearing, her parcels, her mail, her letters, everything was disappearing like someone was stalking her. According to Hyunsuk, Kang had received a lot of life insurance money, and Kang had also bought an expensive burial for her mother. Hyunsuk also shows photos of Kang's mother's funeral, and finally in a photo, Chagyong was with Kang. And another secret is revealed here. We get closer from here, and we see that Chagyong was stalking. Kang Chagyong was stealing her parcels, and Chagyong had also taken out all the personal information of Kang. Then one day Chagyong deliberately collided with Kang and befriended Kang. Gradually Chagyong came close to Kang and knew her well, and she understood that Kang was alone, and if she disappeared, no one would find her. After this, friends Chagyong killed Kang one night. Chagyong did not want to do this, but there was no other way. After murdering Chagyong was completely broken, so even if Chagyong did not kill Kang's mother, Chagyong definitely killed Kang so that she could steal her identity. Now friends, obviously if Kang's body has not been found yet, it cannot be proved that Chagyong is a murderer. This whole story is told by Kim to his boss, But without proof, these people could not do anything. Kim was after Chagyong, and he did not stop until the boss agreed to start a proper investigation. In a few days, the police found out that Chagyong alone handled 122 customers at Kaoli and Company. And out of the 122 people, only 2 girls were single and alone. One girl was Kang, and the other girl was Lim, who now works at a shopping center. Then the police also go to talk to Lim and find out that 2 days ago, Chagyong had come to meet Lim at her shopping center, which reveals that now Chagyong wants to steal Lim's identity so that she can start a new life. Obviously, seeing all this, Munho's heart was breaking again and again. Then Munho and Kim go and meet Lim, and Lim tells them that Chagyong has become a very good friend of hers recently, and they both are going to watch a magic show this Sunday. Chagyong has already planned to kill Lim, but now the police also had another plan. They will catch Chagyong at the magic show, because yes, Chagyong is a murderer, which was proven. The police found a dead body in the suitcase that was taken out of the river. That dead body was Kang's, and now it was very important to catch Chagyong. The next day at the time of the magic show, the police were stationed everywhere. But Chagyong does not come there, and the scene shifts to Munho, who was at the clinic. Now, friends, in this movie, we have been told about a woman named Hudo, again and again, who used to get her dog treated by Munho. Today, Hudo had called a friend of Munho to the train station because she had found a wounded cat, and Hudo could not come to the clinic to get it treated because friends Hudo had to go out with a friend. After hearing this, Munho gets confused because Hudo is a lonely woman, and she had no friends. Here, Munho finds out that Hudo has a new friend a few days ago, and along with that, Hudo's parcels are disappearing these days, which was clear that Chagyong actually wants to steal Hudo's identity. Not Lim's, and whatever drama Chagyong did with Lim, she did it so that the police get confused. Munho understands this, and he immediately runs to the train station while Kim calls. Their Munho's friend now tells Kim everything, how Munho has gone to the train station. And when Kim finds out the whole story, then obviously he also understands that Munho has gone to meet Chagyong at the train station. Now finally at the train station, Munho's suspicion was right. There first Munho meets Hudo, and he tells the whole truth about Chagyong to Hudo. Then Hudo starts going home before evil. Chagyong kills her, but on the escalator she bumps into Chagyong. Hudo runs away from Chagyong, which makes Chagyong suspicious, and finally on the escalator, Munho comes in front of Chagyong. As soon as he sees her, Chagyong's speech stops. However, Munho really loved that girl. So first of all, he asks Chagyong what if she has committed a murder, and Chagyong tells him that, yes, she killed Kang. She is not a human. She is garbage. She does not deserve anything in life. She is a completely helpless girl. But friends, Munho was ready to accept Chagyong. Even after all this, he hugs Chagyong, and Chagyong also understands that Munho truly loves her. But then Kim comes with his whole team to arrest Chagyong. Now before the police could catch her, Chagyong leaves everything and runs away. Immediately, the police and Munho both start looking for Chagyong, and poor Chagyong was running away, remembering how she had killed Kang. In the end, Chagyong stops, but on the roof of the station, where the police and Munho both reach. But in the end, Chagyong was helpless. She did not understand what to do. She climbs on the railing. Munho requests Chagyong to get down from the railing. But Chagyong knew that she had already broken Munho's heart. And that's why Chagyong does what you guys understand. And in the end of the movie, Chagyong dies and the police catch Munho because Munho was going to run after Chagyong in love. And this movie ends here.